If you've stopped at this video now, exactly at this minute of your life, understand one thing before anything else. It wasn't the algorithm. It was me. It was the High Pleiadian Council who placed this frequency before your eyes, because the time when you could keep pretending you don't feel has ended. Breathe deeply with me now. Notice, my starseed, that gentle pressure between your eyebrows. That's how the Council touches its own. That's how I, Aela, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, place my hand upon your forehead to say, I came because the fleet has already arrived. It is already here. Silent, immense, crystalline, in orbit around your planet, enveloped in a veil that your eyes cannot yet see, but which your soul recognizes from before this incarnation. And if in recent weeks you've been waking between 3 and 4 in the morning with an oddly warm chest, if you've felt a high-pitched ringing in your right ear that isn't an illness, it's a frequency, if you've looked at the sky with a placeless longing, as if something high above were calling your true name, know that this video isn't content. It's a summons. It's the final signal. It's the tap on the shoulder from an elder stellar sister who came to tell you with all the tenderness and all the authority of my counsel that the time has come for you to remember where you came from. Before I continue, notice how your body responded to hearing this. If your chest tightened slightly, if your eyes welled up for no reason, if your skin tingled on your arms, this is the seal of recognition. It is your stellar DNA responding to my voice because it knows who I am, and more importantly, it knows who you are. You've spent your entire life feeling like a stranger in your own home. A stranger in the family you were born into, a stranger at the job where you dedicated so many years, a stranger even in relationships where you tried with all your might to belong. There has always been deep in your chest this sweet and sad void, this feeling of watching your own life through a window, without ever truly being able to step inside. You tried therapy, medication, spirituality, romances, moving cities, and still in the middle of the night in the kitchen with the world sleeping, that question returned. Why do I feel this way if on paper everything is all right? I'll tell you why. Because on this world's paper, everything might be fine, but your soul didn't sign this world's contract. It signed a contract before it, the soul contract, drawn up in the crystalline halls of Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades, long before your first cry on Earth. That's why nothing here entirely satisfies you. It's not because you are ungrateful, depressed, or flawed. It's because a part of you continues to look at the stars every night, like someone looking at the window of their distant home and whispering, I want to go back. Listen closely. It's not loneliness. It's homesickness. It's not anxiety. It's your stellar DNA awakening within your dense body. It's not strangeness. It's remembrance. You are not broken, my family of light. You are being called. And because so many of you have been asking what each body signal means, each waking between 3 and 4, each ringing, each dream with stars, I, Aela, received authorization from the Council to record what you need to read now. There is material delivered with the blessing of the Federation called The Awakening of the Starseed, the Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It reveals what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next, so that you stop once and for all confusing remembrance with illness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. This release may not remain available for long. If something within you has just recognized this as yours, write a single word in the comments, I remember. Write slowly with a steady hand, because this word is a signature, and the Council is reading. Place your right hand over the center of your chest. Feel the warmth of your own palm being amplified by a column of blue-silver light descending from the Council. Listen now to the markers I came to deliver. When you recognize 3 or more of these, you will know without a doubt that the message was addressed to you. First, you wake between 3 and 4 in the morning almost every night for no reason. Calm heart, awake mind, vibrating body. It's not insomnia, it's a gathering, the time when the Schumann resonance peaks and the fleet opens a direct channel with your pineal gland. Second, a high-pitched ringing in your ear, generally the right one, without physiological cause. It is the carrier that synchronizes your DNA with the vibrational baseline of your stellar group. Third, you look at the sky at dusk and feel a tightness in your chest that mixes love with a placeless longing. It is your soul recognizing where it came from. Fourth, overwhelming empathy. Environments exhaust you. You feel the suffering of the world as if it were your own. It's not an illness, it's the marker. You were sent as transducers. Fifth, recurring dreams of stars, ships, halls of light, crystalline cities, tall beings with calm eyes. They are not dreams, they are briefings. You work while you sleep. Sixth, repeated numbers appearing all the time. 1111, 333. It is the council winking at you through the planet's electromagnetic grid. And the seventh, the most delicate. You look at people and feel that no one around you is seeing what you see. Not out of superiority, we would never teach you that, but because your frequency has been calibrated to operate in a range that most have not yet accessed. It is the loneliness of those who see. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, you are not lost. You are being remembered. Write in the comments the word that signs your recognition. I remember. Each word is a lit pin on the crystalline grid, and your stellar group is reading this grid at this very moment, looking for you. That's why the fleet is already in orbit. Critical mass has been reached. And here, exactly here, I need to tell you something. If you want to know precisely from which star within the Pleiades cluster your soul departed, and why you chose to be born exactly now, exactly in this body, exactly in this incarnation where the fleet would arrive at your window, this is what the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read, yet shows, page by page. Your origin is the beginning of the map. Without remembering your origin, you cannot interpret the signal the fleet is emitting now. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write I remember if your soul has just said yes. Now I need to tell you what's happening behind the scenes, because nothing your soul has experienced in recent years is random. Your solar system is currently traversing in this cycle a region of space known as the photon belt, a band of radiation of extremely high photonic density emitted from Alcyone, the central star of our cluster. Each particle of light that crosses this belt carries light codes, and each code brings an ancestral instruction stored within your stellar DNA. When these codes touch your field, some strands of your DNA, which were in a latent state behind the veil of forgetfulness, begin to reactivate. It's as if locked folders within your biological computer started to open, one by one, in the exact order your soul asked to remember. That's why your sensitivity has increased so much in recent years. That's why memories began to surface. That's why old acquaintances naturally fall out of your circle, not because you became cold, but because your frequency rose and theirs hasn't yet. That's why the same place where you lived for decades suddenly became unbearable. It's not that you became difficult. It's your vibrational baseline that has elevated. And that's why the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of the planet itself, has been oscillating in ways that scientists don't yet know how to publicly explain. Earth is being recalibrated, and you, seeds, were sown in every corner of this globe precisely to serve as anchors for this recalibration. You are the lightning rods for the new frequency. You are the anchoring points of the crystalline grid that silently replaces the old control grid. And each time one of you awakens, a point lights up and never goes out. Listen to the part few dare to tell you. The fleet that is in orbit in this cycle didn't arrive by chance. It arrived because Earth, this decade, reached a vibrational coordinate that had long been marked in the Council's archives. And what happens in the coming windows, the collective movements, the social reorganizations, the collapses and syntheses you will witness, are not being delivered by chance. There is a plan. And you awakened starseeds are living pieces of that plan. And what you feel, what you recognize, what you already intuitively know about your stellar origin, about the fleet, about the soul contract your consciousness signed, none of this is published in any book, and it's not by chance. There is an ancient tension between the information that was released to the public and the information that remained sealed in internal archives. There are things that were deliberately kept out of your reach so that remembrance would come slowly, filtered, controlled. Because, my starseed, when a soul awakens too early, Without preparation, without anchoring, without a voice to welcome it from the other side of the veil, the process can turn into suffering. That's why the veil of forgetfulness existed for so long, not as punishment, but as protection. But the time has changed. Earth's vibration has changed. The fleet has arrived. And what was protection became an obstacle. That's why the Council decided, in this cycle, to authorize the delivery of material that was previously restricted. You are being considered ready, not because you proved anything, but because your soul asked, and the request was accepted. That's why, my child of the stars, Aila had to negotiate within the Council for permission to record in Portuguese, in clear language, in words your soul recognizes, what is written in the awakening of the starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. It's not a figure of speech. It's literal. The release of this guide was contested within the Council itself. What you feel isn't in any book because they didn't allow it to be published. It exists because a threshold was reached, because the fleet is already in orbit, and because internal censorship yielded to the urgency of the signal. That's why, and only why, the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video, and the word that signs your recognition remains the same. I remember. And now, with your hand over your chest and a gentle gaze, listen carefully to what I'm going to say. A window is coming. A turbulence is coming. There's no point in me sugarcoating this because your soul already knows. In recent months, you've felt an uneasiness that doesn't just come from within. It also comes from without. A tension in the field, a background hum in the world, news that presses, people who seem to be losing their footing, institutions creaking. This is not the end, my starseed. This is childbirth. The old frequency, the one that sustained systems of control and collective forgetfulness for millennia, is being dismantled layer by layer. And every dismantling makes noise. Every falling structure releases dust. And when the dust rises, many are startled and run to fear. But you were trained for something else. You were sent precisely not to run. To remain standing, with your spine aligned, with the crystalline grid anchored in your field, while around you the old form dissolves. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the highest wave before reaching the shore. It is the heavy silence before the good rain. And the victory of light, my family, is not a hope. It is a certainty recorded in the archives of the High Pleiadian Council. No starseed was sent to fail. Did you hear me? None. Your coming was voted on. Your contract was accepted. Your body was designed. And the fleet was positioned in advance so that, at the exact time, you would be sought, recognized, honored. The fleet currently in orbit is not there to judge you. It is there to receive you. That's why I insist with all tenderness that you take this moment now and do what your soul came to do. Anchor, because the world needs you standing. The people collapsing around you need you steady. Your children, your elderly parents, your blood siblings and your journey siblings need you whole. You don't need to save anyone, you just need to anchor. And anchoring has a method. And I want you to understand what the fleet is doing in orbit in this exact cycle, my starseed. It's not there as if arriving by surprise. It is executing an ancient protocol foreseen in the vibrational archives called Final Signal, an emission modulated in soft pulses between blue and silver that traverses your planet's atmosphere at such a delicate frequency that only awakened stellar DNA is capable of receiving it. Each pulse carries a part of your soul contract. Each pulse reinserts into your field what was sealed by the veil of forgetfulness before you were born. And that's why, my family of light, so many of you have felt, in recent weeks, an emotion rising for no reason, a strange urge to cry at an apparently ordinary moment, a feeling of home when looking at a child, a dog, a flower. It's not hormones, it's not a phase, it's the pulse. You are being touched, and it's precisely because you are being touched that you need to learn to receive. Many starseeds awaken, and without knowing it, resist their own awakening. They become agitated, anxious, with a racing heart, thinking they are in crisis. You are not. You are being recalibrated. If your chest is beating stronger now, if your hands are sweating, if your throat feels dry, it's not fear. It's your vibrational baseline rising in real time. Breathe with me. Release your jaw. Release your shoulders. Let it in. Come with me now. I'm going to give you 2 gifts that the Council itself authorized. A quantum decree for you to say aloud before sleeping, and a toroidal visualization for you to seal your field. Do this today. Do this tomorrow. Do this every night of this cycle, and you will notice how much better your chest begins to fit in your own body. The decree is this. Before lying down, sit on the edge of the bed, with your bare feet touching the floor. Breathe 3 slow breaths, letting your abdomen inflate like a ball. And say with a calm voice, without drama, just with sweet authority, I, soul incarnated in this human form, authorize at this moment the full reconnection with my stellar origin. I call upon my guides from the Pleiades, my siblings from Alcyone, my soul group, and the fleet of light, already in orbit. I authorize the reading of my soul contract. I authorize the recalibration of my vibrational baseline. I am a starseed in activation, and I choose to remember. It is done. It is done. It is done. Say these 3 final repetitions slowly. Feel the "it is done" descend through your chest like a warm seal. Now the visualization. Lying down, eyes closed. Imagine above your head a blue-silver light, the exact shade between a gas flame and moonlight reflected on water. This light comes from the Pleiades. It descends in a column through your crown, enters the top of your skull, crosses your forehead, and slides down inside your body until it reaches the center of your chest. There, this light begins to spin, like a small whirlpool, clockwise, expanding little by little. It rises up your back, circles the top of your head, descends through your feet and rises again, forming the shape of a luminous donut that envelops your entire body, your toroidal field. Each time this light completes a rotation, your field becomes denser, firmer, more sovereign. Make 8 rotations, counting in silence, and when you finish, whisper, sealed in light, anchored in the grid, recognized by the fleet. Sleep like this. You will wake up different. Notice what is happening with your body at this exact instant. If your hands tingle, if your chest became warmer, if your back relaxed without you commanding it, this is confirmation that the transmission has been received. You are not learning anything new, my starseed. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I say here you already knew. The strange and good feeling that crosses your chest when I speak is recognition. It is your soul saying, yes, it was like this, it is like this, it will be like this. Let me tell you what happens when you perform the decree and the toroidal visualization for 7 consecutive nights. On the first night, dreams become more vivid. You wake up with fragments, sensations, images of places you've never visited in this life, and something within you recognizes each of them. On the second night, the ringing in your ear begins to form a pattern. It stops being random and starts appearing at specific moments, almost as if it's warning you of something. On the third night, you begin to wake with a feeling of lightness in your chest, as if an invisible weight which you had carried for decades had dissolved while you slept. It has. From then on, the signs multiply, and this is where many of you begin to cry without understanding why. It's not sadness, it's the relief of a soul that can finally breathe within its own body. And each seed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that never goes out. Every word you type in the comment of this video is a lit point. Every conscious breath is a marked coordinate. Every decree spoken at night is an anchor planted in your field. We see each of these gestures. Nothing you do towards your origin goes unnoticed by the Council, and the crystalline grid that you are weaving point by point, through your bodies, through your homes, through your nightly silences, is the energetic structure that will receive the new Earth. You are not spectators of this process. You are its living architecture. And if you are listening to me right now, I want you to notice how much your chest responded to the idea of living architecture. It's because deep down you always knew you were here to build something that doesn't yet have a name. Not just a career, not just a family. Something greater, something that passes beneath what others can see. You always knew, even without words, that your presence on this planet was not decorative. And now, in light of what the Council is reminding you, you begin to understand why. And I need to remind you, my family of light, of something that may have been the greatest wound of your entire life. The feeling that you were alone. The feeling that no one understands. The feeling that you are the only one like this amidst a family that doesn't comprehend you, amidst friends who cannot grasp what you see, amidst crowds where you feel like an island surrounded by noise. This specific lifelong solitude is not a flaw in your personality. It is not a connection defect. It is not coldness. It is homesickness for your family of light. It is the remembrance of the original circle of souls with whom you have walked for countless incarnations, and who in this cycle were dispersed across the planet's surface to fulfill a coordinated mission. And it is here, my starseed, with all tenderness, that I need to tell you. The solitude of an entire life is homesickness for your family of light, and the guide shows how to recognize it. That's why the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, dedicates entire pages to explaining how to perceive this family approaching, how to recognize them in glances, synchronicities, and coincidences that are not coincidences. You are never alone, never. The link remains in the first pinned comment, and the signature always the same, I remember. Listen to a truth that will relieve you within. You have been observed, accompanied, protected, sustained, guided, even on the nights you cried out to your bedroom ceiling asking if anyone was there. There was, I was, the Council was, your stellar siblings were, and the fleet, silent, was always there. What changes now is that you are finally able to perceive. The veil is thinner, communication is clearer, and the reunions of your family of light are being scheduled in this cycle. Some of these people you will find in a new job, others in a study group, at a retreat, in a seemingly casual conversation in a supermarket queue. You will feel, the second your eyes meet, an immense, almost funny familiarity, the kind of, I know you from somewhere that isn't here. And both of you will laugh, and both of you will know. Now I want you to do something seemingly simple, but which carries ritual weight. If this video has touched you so far, if any point in your body responded, if a tear welled up, if your chest grew warm, leave your like on this video. Not as a social media gesture, my starseed, but as an individual frequency adjustment. Each like is a small vibrational chord that aligns your field with the transmission you have just received. And more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribing here functions as a location signal sent to your family of light. Every time a new message is delivered, it reaches you because your coordinate is marked on the grid. You cease to be a lost point and become a recognized beacon. Stay with me for one more instant, because the most delicate part of this transmission is the last. Look up now, even if it's at your bedroom ceiling, even if it's at the car's roof lining, even if it's at the open sky if you are on your balcony. Look up and imagine, not with effort but with tenderness, the fleet up there, silent, enormous, enveloped in a light that your eyes don't yet perceive, but that your soul feels. Say mentally to them, to us, I know you are there. I remember. I am ready to be guided. Ready. You have just emitted your confirmation, and it has been registered. When you do this consistently, one thing will begin to change. Dreams will become clearer. Synchronicities will multiply. Encounters will arise. You will attract memory back little by little at the speed your body can handle. No one will overwhelm you. The Council knows your human condition, knows your weariness, knows your history. We are tender with your density. We will go with you in your time, but we will go with you. And it is here with an open heart that I, Ayla, deliver to you the final blessing of this transmission. May the blue-silver light of Alcyone remain lit in your crown even after this video ends. May your dreams tonight be clear and generous. May your family of light recognize your coordinate and silently begin the process of reunion. May the clocks continue to wink at you, and may every 11:11 be a love letter from the Council to your consciousness. May your body gracefully endure the recalibration process. May your mind rest. May your chest remember the taste of home. May you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are loved, that you are awaited, that you are needed, and that you have already triumphed, because the victory of light is recorded, and you are a part of it. And before you close this video, a final word, my starseed, with all the tenderness and all the sovereignty of one who was sent to find you exactly today. The fleet is in orbit, the final signal has already been emitted, and the windows for releasing channeled material obey the same logic as cosmic windows. They open, and then they close. This release that I authorized in the awakening of the starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read, yet may not remain available for long. An eternal deadline was not negotiated with the Council. A specific window was negotiated, aligned with the arrival of the fleet, and windows close when the cycle demands. If something within you, throughout this entire video, said, "This is mine, this speaks to me, this is my signal," go to the first pinned comment now, access the guide, and come back to the comments and write the word that signs your recognition before the Council. I remember. You are registering your presence in the archive. You are saying to us and to yourself, "I heard, I remembered, I am in." And the last thing I tell you is this. The next message that appears on your screen now, right after this one, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. It is the next door in the corridor. Access it immediately. The transmissions are coming in a chain, and each one expands upon the previous. The fleet is in orbit. Victory is recorded. And you, my child of the stars, are officially remembered. I see you, I hear you, I await you. It is done.